Welcome, football fanatics, to a special emergency broadcast that's sure to ignite a firestorm of debate across the NFL landscape. I'm your host, and today we're diving headfirst into a piece of news dropping out of Las Vegas that is absolutely maddening, perplexing, and quite frankly, offensive to any fan who truly understands the game. We're talking about a move that has left the entire fan base scratching their heads, wondering if their beloved team has completely lost its way. Get ready, because this one is going to sting. The news? Linebacker Devin White, after what can only be described as a disastrous 2025 season with the Las Vegas Raiders, has managed to secure another massive payday with the team. Yes, you heard that right. A player whose performance has been, to put it mildly, questionable, is now set to rake in millions more. This isn't just a contract, it's a statement. And that statement, for many, is a slap in the face. How did we get here? And what does this say about the Raiders' commitment to winning? Let's break it down. Let's rewind for a moment and set the scene for Devin White's 2025 campaign. Coming into the season, there were whispers, sure, but also a glimmer of hope that White could rediscover the form that made him a top 10 draft pick. The Raiders, perhaps seeing flashes of that past potential, invested in him. But what unfolded on the field was anything but promising. Sources close to the team, and frankly, anyone with eyes watching the games, would tell you that White's 2025 season was a far cry from what's expected of a high-paid linebacker. We saw missed tackles become a frustratingly common occurrence. His coverage skills, which were always a point of contention, seemed to regress further, leaving gaping holes in the middle of the field. The explosive, game-changing plays that defined his early career were few and far between. His impact on the defense was, at best, inconsistent and at worst, detrimental. He struggled with assignments, often seemed out of sync with the defensive scheme, and the leadership presence you'd expect from a veteran in that position was conspicuously absent. Pro Football Focus grades, while not the be-all and end-all, painted a dismal picture, consistently ranking him among the bottom tier of linebackers in the league. This wasn't just a difficult season. It was, by most objective measures, a significant step backward, a season many fans would want to erase from memory. Now, let's pivot to the truly baffling part, the new contract. After such a performance, how does a player not only remain on the roster, but secure another significant payday? While the exact figures aren't fully disclosed, early reports suggest we're talking about a deal north of $X million guaranteed, with incentives that could push it even higher. This isn't pocket change, it's a substantial commitment. What are the immediate implications of this? First, cap space. The Raiders, like every NFL team, operate under a salary cap. Every dollar committed to a player is a dollar that cannot be spent elsewhere, on a top-tier offensive lineman, a playmaking wide receiver, or a much-needed defensive back. Committing such a significant chunk of change to a player coming off a disastrous season severely restricts their flexibility in free agency and potentially impacts their ability to retain other key players in the future. Second, what message does this send to the rest of the locker room? Imagine you're a young, hungry player, grinding every single snap, exceeding expectations, and watching a teammate get rewarded handsomely despite underperforming. It's a demoralizing signal. It suggests that perhaps performance isn't the ultimate arbiter of value within the organization. It threatens to undermine the very competitive spirit that successful teams cultivate. For a team supposedly committed to building a winning culture, this move feels antithetical to that goal. It raises serious questions about accountability and what the Raiders truly prioritize. This decision forces us to shine a harsh spotlight on the Raiders' front office and their talent evaluation process. Who is making these calls? Are they solely focused on the potential a player might have, rather than the production they're delivering? It feels like the classic sunk cost fallacy at play here. We invested so much in him initially, we can't give up now. But at what point does holding onto a past vision become detrimental to the team's future? Elite NFL organizations are ruthless in their pursuit of excellence. They identify talent, develop it, and if it doesn't pan out, they move on, often with difficult but necessary decisions. The Raiders, by extending Devin White after a season like 2025, appear to be operating under a different philosophy. Are they prioritizing familiarity over fit, potential over production, or is there some chess move here that we're completely missing? It's hard to imagine what that move could be, given the public perception and the on-field results. This isn't just about Devin White, it's about a pattern. It's about whether the Raiders truly have a coherent strategy for building a championship contender. Are they evaluating players based on objective metrics, current impact, and future ceiling? Or are they falling prey to sentimentality or perhaps an overestimation of their ability to fix a player? The best teams in the league consistently make tough roster decisions to improve. This one feels like a step in the opposite direction, creating more questions than answers about the leadership's vision for the franchise. You know what's truly boiling my blood, and I'm sure yours too? The fan reaction. My DMs are blowing up, Twitter is on fire, and every Raiders forum is a cesspool of legitimate anger and frustration. And rightfully so. Fans invest their time, their money, and their emotional well-being into this team. They want to see a commitment to winning, a commitment to smart decisions, and a commitment to accountability. Here are just a few of the comments I've seen. Are the Raiders even trying to win anymore? This is an absolute joke, I'm done. How can they expect us to believe in the process when they pull stunts like this? There's a palpable sense of betrayal. Fans feel like their intelligence is being insulted. They watch the games, they see the struggles, and then they see the team reward that struggle with a massive contract. It creates a disconnect, an erosion of trust between the organization and its most loyal supporters. This isn't just about a player's contract. It's about the very soul of the fan base. It's about the expectation that a professional sports franchise will operate with competence and a clear objective: to win championships. When decisions like this are made, it makes fans question everything. It makes them wonder if their passion is being taken for granted, and if the people in charge truly understand what it takes to build a contender in the modern NFL. So, where do the Las Vegas Raiders go from here? This Devin White contract isn't just a one-off. It casts a long shadow over their immediate future. First, the pressure on Devin White himself is now astronomical. With this new deal, anything less than a Pro Bowl caliber performance in 2026 will be seen as an even greater failure, a catastrophic misstep by the front office. He has to prove every single one of his detractors wrong, and he has to do it now. But beyond White, how does this impact the Raiders' overall strategy? Does it mean they'll be forced to rely even more heavily on the draft to find cost-control talent, knowing their cap flexibility is now severely hampered? Does it signal a shift in their defensive philosophy, perhaps trying to scheme White into a role where his weaknesses are masked and his strengths are amplified? Or are they simply stuck with a bad decision, hoping against hope that it somehow turns out to be a stroke of genius? This move also puts an immense amount of pressure on the coaching staff. They now have to make this investment pay off, whether they agree with it or not. It's a challenging situation for everyone involved, and it forces the team into a corner. They've doubled down on a player who has struggled, and now they have to live with the consequences, for better or for worse. The path to contention for the Raiders just got a whole lot cloudier, and a lot more expensive. In conclusion, the news of Devin White securing a significant new contract with the Las Vegas Raiders after a disastrous 2025 season is a head-scratcher of epic proportions. It challenges our understanding of talent evaluation, contract management, and team building in the NFL. It has ignited a firestorm of fan indignation, and for good reason. Is this a desperate gamble, a display of misguided loyalty, or a deeply flawed assessment of a player's true value? Only time will tell, but the immediate reaction is one of shock, anger, and profound disappointment. What do you think about this unprecedented move by the Raiders? Are they completely out of touch, or is there a method to their madness that we're simply not seeing? Let me know your thoughts, your outrage, your theories, everything in the comments section below. Your engagement fuels this channel, so hit that like button if you found this analysis insightful. Subscribe for more hard-hitting NFL news and breakdowns, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep the faith, or try to, if you're a Raiders fan. Peace out.